This is Dante Williams, and you're watching
Dante's
Boxing Nation.
This is Showtime Sean Porter.
Filipino Flash, Jesse Burns.
This is Al Bernstein. You're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Hi, I'm Sugar Ray.
Chick Shape.
Sergio the last name more.
Dante's Boxing Nation. Boom, 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 boom.
Yo, this is Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder,
My name is Genndy Golovkin.
and you're watching
Dante's Boxing Nation.
Hi, this is Julian Jackson, and this is Dante Boxing Nation.
This is Julia Jackson, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation. All right, Dante's Boxing
We
Nation.
got double angles?
Yeah, we'll tag team. Okay.
You need her for the intro.
Yeah, absolutely. He said we need her for the intro. Yeah. Dante's Boxing Nation over here with promoter Tom Loeffler. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Dante, how you doing?
All right, you over here. We're in the media room right now for the Pacquiao versus Bradley fight. It's been some big knockouts earlier today.
Yeah, some great fights, yeah.
Or big fights, I should say. Anthony Joshua. What do you think about Anthony Joshua?
I think he's the real deal. I think he's an Olympic gold medalist. I think Eddie Hearn did a great job marketing him over there in the UK. He sold out the arena with Dillian White. He had a huge sellout today with the fight against Charles Martin. And when you can dominate a guy like Charles, a champion, and stop him in the second round, I think that says a lot for Anthony Joshua. I think he's the real deal. He's like that next generation of heavyweight right now.
And the big one, your cash cow, the Triple G.
Triple G. We always like talking about Triple G. I know that's your favorite fighter.
Of course.
I watch your videos. You always is saying how he sells out all the arenas. He sold out Madison Square Garden. He's going to sell out the Forum. And he's got a tough fight. Dominic Wade. Look, Dominic Wade's another young, hungry, undefeated guy. He's IBF mandatory. Comes from DC. Had a solid amateur career, and that's going to be, people keep talking about a fight with Canelo, or what are you going to do after that? If he doesn't get past Dominic Wade, there is no Canelo fight. There's nothing to talk about past that. So him and Abel are definitely focused on that fight.
And for the record, Tom, I drove all the way out to Big Bear, to hang out
I
with the man
remember
Golovkin.
you were with Abel up there.
He is one of my favorite fighters. I just got to make sure, we get to see the fights that we want to see. That's all, And I know he's pressuring Canelo Alvarez, but like you just answered.
Well, it's nothing personal against Canelo. I just want to clarify that. Look, Canelo's one of my favorite fighters. I think it's very exciting when he had the knockout over Kirkland, when he beat Cotto. I like watching Canelo fight. It's just when Sergio Martinez had the WBC title, he chose to fight Cotto instead of fighting Gennady, and then Cotto chose to fight Canelo instead of Gennady. Mm-hmm. So, it's like we're going down the list, but at some point now we got to enforce that mandatory position. And so if Gennady gets past Wade, the winner of Canelo Khan has to fight Gennady, or they're going to jeopardize the WBC title.
I know, but we have to look at, the option of them not choosing, because that's it's a good chance that Canelo may not fight Golovkin.
We couldn't make the Chavez fight. So you can't force someone to get in the ring with Gennady. So if they choose not to, then the next option would be Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders is fighting a week. The interesting thing about the middleweight division is Gennady's fighting April 23, Saunders is fighting a week later, April 30th, and then Canelo is fighting a week after that on May 7th. So you got the three middleweight champions fighting in 3 weeks. And Gennady just wants to prove who's the best. And a lot of people still have Canelo rated above Gennady as a middleweight, and so he's a lineal middleweight champion. He's a WBC middleweight champion, and so that's where Gennady's focus is. If Canelo doesn't take the fight, then he's going to go after. We're going to make another offer to Saunders about unifying with the WBO title if Saunders beats Bursak.
Now there was Abel Sanchez that was constantly telling me that Golovkin, he knocks out cruiserweights and he'll most likely be at light heavyweight.
He spars with cruiserweights. That's true.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, if he doesn't get, the Saunders, does he plan on staying at the middleweight division or moving up? Because Bob Arum said he would like to match Gilberto Ramirez. Of course, Ramirez has to get past Abraham, but he even wants to match.
That's going to be a tough fight. That's a tough fight for Ramirez. I think that's a close fight. I think that's a 50-50 fight, Abraham and Ramirez. But if Ramirez does win, Bob has said that he would want to match him up. And if we can't do the Canelo fight, if we can't do the Saunders fight, I think a fight with Ramirez is a great fight. If that comes to be, I think that's a great fight. I think a fight with Danny Jacobs is a great fight. Look, Danny Jacobs just had a huge win over Peter Quillen. Can you imagine Gennady versus Danny Jacobs in New York?
That would be a huge fight. That would be huge. But Danny, he said he didn't want to fight Golovkin though, right?
I don't know. We have a lot of respect for Danny. We saw him at the WBA convention in Panama, and he's a great guy. I mean, him and Gennady have a lot of similar qualities. They're very likable, very respectful guys outside the ring. I mean, you look at his punching power with the stoppage of Pullen in the first round was very impressive. So I think that would be a great fight. But you know, I mean, that's just on the list as far as if we can make something like that.
Hi, you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation. Woo!